Okay, welcome to the Forum Thread Podcast, everybody. I am Dark One Dre. Here with me today, I've got Mr. Fusion,
Hello, everybody.
Chaos Mana,
Hey.
Nobod,
Hello.
Zany,
Hey.
and Lozilda making crinkly noises into the
I'm
microphone.
sorry. That was louder than I thought it would be. Hi. I had an emergency and I had to
She's
grab
counting
things.
her dollar bills.
I
y'all.
wish
All
I had dollar bills.
Oh, those stripper dollars?
Oh, shekels.
Single dollar bill would be nice too.
Yes. So
I know where you could get a lot of ones if you really want them.
I'm all ears.
You take the cup.
What about me? Can I get a bunch of dollar bills from there too?
It was a strip club joke, guys. Seriously.
Yeah.
A
Referring
male
to
strip
Oh, no
club.
one picked up
Stripper.
on that.
Yeah.
So you're saying the strip club would not want to hire me?
Well, it depends on which one.
Okay.
I know of a couple in Austin that you would probably be very handsomely compensated for. At.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Hook me up.
They know his name at the bar.
I'll make...
I think one's called the Meat Locker.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
Someone
so.
go on Google and see if he's kidding.
No, there's one called the Cattle Company.
God.
One
I'm
called
not kidding.
One called the Cattle Company and one called the
Fat
Meat Locker.
strippers.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
would be frightened to go to a place like that. I am totally serious. That's no, I wouldn't do
Oh
it.
no, it's closed down. The Rainbow Cattle Company is what it used to be. There used to be like the Rainbow Cattle Company was in the warehouse district and
Rainbow
it closed
Cattle
down.
Company,
I'll
really?
be honest. I have frequented that place a few times because a couple of my friends were bartenders there, and I got really cheap drinks.
Mm.
So and they actually
Awkward.
play really good music. So
So what I'm hearing is Mr. Fusion likes to frequent the male.
and I did not say
the
frequent.
male
I said
dancer.
I've been there. I said I
Well,
have been there more
facilities.
than once.
Let's be
I've
honest,
been-
there's probably a bunch of ladies there. So
Yes,
completely
there
bad.
is. Because here's the secret: straight girls in groups like to go to gay clubs, and because the music's good, the drinks are cheap, and yes,
The drinks
they
are
won't
cheap?
get him.
What gay clubs are you going to? All the ones I go
No,
to,
I'm
the
s-
drinks are expensive.
No, seriously, the
'Cause
ones
they're
in
all
Austin,
fruity.
the ones in Austin, they're cheap and they're very strong.
I do want to point out though that like every drink I've ever had in Austin is cheap though, especially compared to what.
Yeah,
I've
you know,
paid
now that I
elsewhere,
think about
so-
it.
I guess alcohol is cheap in Texas.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I was
'Cause
there, the
it's just
drinks
a
were not
big
bad
market.
at all.
What
Like,
would
it's,
you
it's
con-
crazy.
What would you consider cheap?
A few dollars.
But how?
Okay, there used to be a bar on 6th Street called the Library where it had a bunch of books in it. Every Thursday night, while I was in college, they would have any bottle of beer in the house for $1. So what people would do is they would go give blood or plasma that Thursday morning, and they'd get $25, and that $25 would get you shitty that night. I'm not
Especially
kidding
because you're missing a bunch of blood and
Yeah.
plasma. That probably is also
exactly.
helping.
If you're missing plasma, that makes it even an
Like-
easier buzz, right?
Like they
Jesus.
advise against drinking after you give blood. They're like, no, don't drink anything because it's you're just gonna get shit faced. Just don't.
No, I'm not kidding. There's a plasma clinic in San Marcos where Texas State University is. There's a plasma clinic in Austin, not too far from the university. And on Thursday mornings, you would see a line out the door before they'd open the doors for people to get plasma.
I mean, that's awesome, but it's a
Yep.
terrible idea. I'm not saying it's a terrible idea I would not do myself, because I probably would, but I'm just saying it's a terrible idea. Like, people should not endorse that.
Oh, I'm not endorsing it, but I know people that would do that. I didn't do it.
Uh-huh,
But
sure you didn't.
You would. I mean, think about it. I mean, you take $10 would be a good night. You know, $1 of beer. Oh, come on. That place also did $3 Long Island iced teas on Saturday nights, I think.
Oh, those are the best. As long
And
as they're mixed,
then-
as long as they're mixed right. If they're shitty Long Islands, then forget it.
And then at last RTX, when we were there, I noticed that my favorite bar at the end was called Logan's. They had these giant 64-ounce mugs of beer, and they're like $10. That place closed down. That was one of my favorite places. A lot of memories in Logan's. That's actually across from Buffalo Billiards. I think you guys know that. That's where they had the Side Quest Bar Olympics and all that stuff. The
Oh.
pool hall. Yeah, across from that used to be a bar there. It's next to Friends Shop Bar, and it was called Logan's. Now I'm trying to think of all of the really good places. There used to be a daiquiri factory. Nah, wasn't very good. The Blind Pig, which is a few blocks down. Loved Blind Pig. Maggie Mae's was great live music. And the Warehouse District Fado's, my favorite bar, Irish pub. And the last time I went there, they had an Irish death metal band. They sang Irish folk songs, but death metal style. That was great.
Wow.
That
That's,
would be actually pretty awesome.
Yeah. And the one bar I frequented the most was off 183 and 35 near my old radio station. It was a Sherlock's Irish pub. It was Sherlock's Baker Street. And I would go there every Friday. My work schedule when I worked in radio was 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I'd get there at 3:15 because I'd go straight from the office, and I would drink until about 10 o'clock at night. And so by the time everybody's ready to go out, I'm ready to go home and pass out because I'd been drinking for 7 hours already. And I used to know a lot of the wait staff there, and I used to get a lot of free drinks there. When assholes would come in, the girls I knew there would put our drinks on their tabs. So, yeah.
Huh. So I'm sorry. My attention kind of wandered off a little bit. I finally clicked on that link that you sent me for I guess you put in the chat of Kim Kardashian breaking the internet.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit.
I'm afraid to look
perplexed.
at this photo. Like, if it's
Her
actually
ass-
titled as breaking the internet.
Her ass is massive.
I
I had no idea.
It's a big booty. No, it's giant. But the thing is that how are they going to break the internet? Because her butt's been on the internet for years now. It's not like this is new.
I've never sought out images of Kim Kardashian, so I'm actually a little shocked. Like her waist is tiny, and this ass. I don't know. Maybe she's intentionally sticking it out, but this is like Disney cartoon.
No, that's
like disproportionate almost. Like
she has a bulbous butt. She really
it's
does.
like someone photoshopped an ass on her ass. That's
Exactly. No, that's legit. That's the real deal.
And I don't know why they covered her in oil. It's very distracting. Like I'm looking at the fabric on her hands, the gloves that she's wearing. I'm like, why? She's just ruined a perfectly good pair of gloves by covering herself in oil.
There was a brief moment I thought you would actually go. She would actually bring you to the side of women, and then you broke that by saying that she's wearing gloves that were ruined by the body oil. You ruined it. Ruined it.
That doesn't concern anybody else. I mean, those look like really expensive gloves, and now she's got oil all on the inside. You could never wear those gloves again.
I don't wear gloves.
Well, we know you don't. Well, you live in Philly. You have to wear gloves. At least a couple
No,
months out of the year.
when it becomes cold, I don't like to go outside. Outside's bad.
Speaking of cold, how's it up in Michigan?
Lozelda, that's to you.
You know, it's one of those things, like, I know it's gonna get worse. I know it's fucking colder in Canada. I don't need people to remind me of all of that shit. But, like, it still fucking sucks because I hate winter, and so I'm in total denial that we're at this point in the year already.
Why do you hate winter?
I did think it was... I did think it was funny that there were a bunch of people in Texas like, oh my god, it's so cold, it's freezing, you know, it's 30-something outside. I'm like, yeah, okay, here's the deal. It is the same temperature as it is here, but we're already at our high for today, and you still have 20 degrees to go, so fuck you, and get over it. It's gonna be okay.
It actually was a nice 70 degrees here today. It started off a little chilly.
Oh, fuck you.
But I'm
Fuck you,
like-
too.
I got to open up my windows, not my window, but my sliding glass door. I opened that up and let the breeze in. I'm like, ooh, this is nice.
The only
I'll
time
take it.
the only time it's not really nice for me is just in the mornings when I have to go to work. It's a little bit of a chilly walk to the car.
Wait, so why was your house cold then? Like you're farther south than I am.
It's not cold. It's complaining cold because you're not in a warm and fuzzy house. It's not that bad over here right now.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
something weird had happened to the weather and you were
Oh, no,
experiencing a cold front I didn't know about. I'm like, what? No. this-
Zany, what part of America are you in?
I'm in the no America.
it
I'm
says
not
it
from
says-
America.
Oh, lucky you.
Well, I didn't know that. I wasn't paying attention to the accent.
You mean you didn't stalk his
Oh,
his
I wasn't paying
profile
attention
page
to
on
the
Rooster
I'm
Teeth?
sorry, I didn't do my pre-show research.
You're white. You all sound the same to us.
I have a perfect American
Hey.
accent. I've been to America at most like a month.
I like that he brags his accent is perfect.
While he has the accent
Because-
going hard.
Like my childhood was basically like this. Like homework was easy, friends sucked, so I basically watched cartoons like 8 hours a day. so I picked up the accent.
Yeah, so for anybody, since he hasn't told anybody, I'll tell you where he's from. He's from Israel.
Ah, the promised land.
Is it though?
God.
It depends on who you ask.
I read in a book that it was a land flowing in milk and honey.
Yes.
God, I wish. Fucking God. Lie to me. Lie to all of us.
They don't even
Wow.
have Wi-Fi.
No, we need
This got hostile towards the
I know.
whatever
didn't it?
that is.
It got real, didn't it?
Guys, speaking of Wi-Fi, I saw an article today. I didn't read the whole thing, but I clicked on it to read later because my brain was just not wanting to read. Apparently, the CEO of SpaceX, whatever the fuck his name is wanting to launch, or they're planning to launch mini satellites that will
Wait,
what
mini
does it
or
say? What does it say?
mini?
mini, like tiny. What do they call
Okay.
it?
Oh,
For
yeah.
unfettered low-cost internet. So they're hoping to provide internet to people using satellites without the need for like cell phone tower things,
That would be
like high-speed
interesting.
internet at unrestricted low-cost access. I know Elon Musk, that's his name. I know he comes up with some of the strangest ideas, like that looping high-speed transit system that never.
Oh,
actually...
that bullet train or whatever he's been working on.
No, it wasn't a bullet train. It was like a podular system for transportation.
Oh yeah.
It was really
Musk,
crazy.
Yes.
It sounded really cool, but it sounded really crazy, and of course he couldn't get the money for it because that was just like the infrastructure was not there. But this, they're actually like getting ready to do, and I'm kind of excited to see what this is gonna do to the whole like the
World?
cell phone industry. Because you have to be next to a cell phone tower for internet, but if you can get internet from satellites with any of your handheld mobile devices, that's fucking awesome.
That-
They'd probably get rid of those dead spots too.
Well,
maybe.
it depends on
Mobile
how
hotspots would be
how
amazing.
well these things could handle both traffic and I guess everyone trying to use it from the different spots. Like, and also how fast is it? Like, could you get internet, but you might get 1 megabyte up or something? Like, I wonder how actually good it would be compared to the satellite or the regular type of internet.
Let me see if I can find the number here. It says each satellite is anticipated to have a throughput of 14 gigabits per second, which reduce lag time and delays with service. So exactly what the connection time would be per device, I have no idea. None whatsoever.
Sounds
But
good.
let's see. They're 180. They're wanting to add a constellation of 180 satellites, like a bunch of them.
So they're just gonna like launch this like flurry of rockets all at once. That'd be kind of funny.
I don't know, but I bet those people that track all the debris in space are going to be thrilled about this.
Yeah. It really looks really bad out there in space with all those satellites we have now.
The satellites and the space junk, and every time they send another rocket up there, like the little pieces that fly off. It's like, oh, now we're going to have 180 microsatellites up there. Do we know if it's garbage or is it a satellite? We don't know.
When are they gonna collide? I can't wait.
Well, okay, there's a lot of junk up there, but it's not that close together.
I know, but still, something's got to hit eventually.
It's like those people that you see in science fiction movies like meteor fields or asteroid belts, where they're like, oh my god, the rocks are so close together. No, they're not. There's miles and miles of distance between them. You're not gonna hit anything.
That
No, it's
That,
disappointing.
it would
but
still. It
that's
would be.
just the
It
way
would
it
be
is.
funny if they just miscalculated the launches, though, so that they still hit each other and like collectively blew each of the other satellites up.
Like they
No,
replaced they replaced the
that'd be
space.
really sad. They'd replace what?
They replaced like the engineers
Space.
with like Kerbal Space Program engineers, and just shit goes bonkers in the end.
That would be amazing. I've only played that game a couple of times, but the fact that those little guys can survive burning through our atmosphere, I've never actually successfully played the game, obviously. But the fact that those little guys can survive burning through the atmosphere and they bounce off the ground and it takes the impact of the ground to kill them, I'm really impressed.
I mean, they're Kerbals, not humans.
While this is going on, apparently we have our thread father has somehow done goofed.
What do you mean?
What?
Webwave's been banned from Twitch.
What?
Uh-oh.
I want to know how
What?
that happened.
Yes, so
You've
do
been
I.
blocked from Twitch using Twitch. Please visit the support center for more information on why you've been banned.
What did he
That's
do
kinda
during
crazy.
his last stream? I can't imagine.
Probably put
It's
like
funny
sex
because
photos
he-
or something.
He was anticipating that I was going to be
With
the
a
one
Kim
to get the
Kardashian's
Twitch,
ass.
the Twitch feed banned for the nudity in The Sims, but nope, it's him.
That's really funny.
Maybe he was
Were you
showing
not?
his ass.
Is he not allowed to show Beyond Earth or something? I can't imagine why not, because that actually got officially released. It wasn't like he got an early copy or anything. I don't even.
I don't know, but I bet we're going to hear about it later.
Maybe it was Kim Kardashian's
No, it
ass,
broke
though.
the internet, so that's just one of the repercussions.
It did break her butt. Did break the internet. It broke the Halo servers. It caused Ubisoft's.
Oh my
Assassin's
god,
yeah,
it
Creed
makes
so,
sense
to be a
now.
mess.
how-
Oh, God,
What
no.
exactly was going on
Why
with
didn't I
during
not
the
see it
Halo
before?
launch? Like, you brought the disc home, and then what happened after you put it in?
Okay, so what I did was I didn't do the midnight release because I'm an old man and I can't do that anymore. So I picked it up during my lunch break on Tuesday, brought it home, popped it in, and let it do the download. Came back a couple hours later to play. By this point, I was at the office, and I'm sure most of you that listen follow all of us on Twitch and know that we all just kind of dick around on Twitch all day long too, instead of working. But I was noticing everybody was complaining that there were server issues. So I get online when I got home last night. It took like 15 fucking minutes to find a match every time.
And so it's just like
And-
looking for players.
Yeah, and apparently there was a bunch of complaints, and 343 said, yes, we're having issues with the servers. Some of the servers have to go down, blah, blah, blah. So basically, they weren't ready for this, and I'm sure they thought, well, not everyone's going to play on multiplayer day one. They're going to want to play the games. No,
Yeah,
you play
I'm
Halo for the
Especially
multiplayer.
if
Come
this
on,
is
guys.
literally a re-release of the story that's already happened. Most people that are really excited for this game have already played all four, or at least the first three games, and are excited to see this new HD, a little bit of touch.
But it wasn't just the multiplayer servers. There was something going on because I actually played about 45 minutes of the Halo 1 CE, and I didn't get any achievements the first few scenes, and I'm like, what's going on? Because I've read that there's like a ton of
Story achievements that you could just
achievements.
get by playing.
and none of them popped up. I didn't get any of them. I went back and actually started over again right before this podcast, and I got like 15 of them within like 30 minutes. So, and I ran through the same few scenes. So there was something going on with just their system altogether. I don't know. Well, they sent out a press release early this morning saying we have some system-wide updates, patches we have coming in that'll help. Okay, great. I get home, eat dinner, go log on. Takes me 20 minutes to get into a match. So much for this updating server speed crap. So yeah, it's a mess.
That's really disappointing. That
I would think that,
Fucking Kim
that
Kardashian.
those servers specifically are literally used to handling a lot of people playing Halo, especially when like Reach and when 4 was released, they had a lot of people going on there.
Well, this is an issue that I would expect from EA because they half-ass things all the time, like with the SimCity when the new version of SimCity came out and they had day one crashes and server issues and all of that. But 343, it's. I hope this isn't a precursor for things to come, with things to expect from them. Like that's the servers have one job only, and if they can't do that one job,
Well, maybe they planned it all out, got confident, and then just didn't double check their work. So they're like, "Oh, it's good to go. We don't need to do any more tests."
no, that doesn't
Or maybe they
happen
have to-
in big companies like that. You don't do that because the bad publicity from that sticks
Oh,
with
yeah.
you. No.
Well, maybe they have two jobs now, and they have to hold up Kim Kardashian's ass by themselves.
Maybe.
They've
what-
dedicated
Uni-
game servers
Unity
to
also,
hold up Kim Kardashian's ass.
crashed at the same time as this one. Like that was also.
Well, what I'm told is they're having online issues. Plus, there are just so many glitches in the game to where like characters' faces are being melted off.
Oh, I saw
So-
one of those.
Oh, so that
actually.
so that wasn't
scary.
just. I thought that was like some player model that had been warped in like character creation. That was like a cutscene happening.
Yes, that was gameplay from what I
Goodness.
understand.
That's scary. What?
I heard that one of the biggest game reviewers, Total Biscuit, tried it was gonna do what is this video for the game, and he
Oh, yeah,
couldn't
yeah, I
complete
saw
it because it was too glitchy.
Yeah,
He couldn't even
It's
make
bad.
fun of it.
I mean, well, and I think I don't know if it was Game Over Greggy or I don't know if it was Greg or someone tweeted about how they posted these people were posting these pictures of the glitched characters, and they were saying, yeah, Ubisoft, you claim you couldn't render a female character. Well, it's obvious because you can't even render a male character right.
It would have been kind of funny
You know,
if they
it's
actually only happened to female characters, and they're like,
Okay, to see one of these pictures,
That'd be an Easter egg.
Google Assassin's Creed Unity broken face.
yeah.
Or not broken face, glitchy face. Assassin's Creed Unity glitchy face. And it'll be, on my search results, it's the third line down. And it's got a lady that's missing her face. It's just like a floating eyeballs.
I kind of
want to
play this game just to see what would happen.
This is really scary. This looks like one of those
Nightmare
deleted
fuel.
the deleted not deleted scenes, but in the extra features of the first Shrek movie. If any, I think I'm the only one that actually likes to watch
I
those.
do.
But they showed some of the technical animation glitches from the first Shrek movie, and this type of thing
I
happened
did
to
see
them.
that. I remember
where,
that
like,
actually.
The faces would explode, and they'd be the floating eyes and the floating mouth. Like, it's super disturbing.
Okay, so the tweet was by at Han freaking Solo.
All right.
And-
Freaking
Alright.
Solo.
Looks like women were too hard to animate after all. He was the one that put. Yeah, when I saw that, I died laughing. It's just, oh man, seriously. I'm gonna have to go play Crypt of the Necrodancer because it's simple. There's not any bugs in that game, right, Lozelda?
It
bugs.
is actually for it being an alpha. It's actually pretty relatively bug free.
Has there been any? Well, if there
I
is
don't
bugs,
know.
what
They
bugs
can't even get
happen?
AAA titles right now.
Oh,
How do you bug?
but you know, oh my gosh! There's a picture that has Rose from Titanic laying on on that scene where she's getting painted by Leonardo DiCaprio, and it says, "Draw me like one of your Ubi girls." It's got the exploded face.
My favorite one is still the dick butt. No, the Fartzilla. The Fartzilla.
Fartzilla?
You never seen that one?
Apparently not.
Okay, there was
You don't
there
sound
was
too
a
excited
meme
to
of
hear
all,
about it.
of all the sketches, and there was the Fartzilla. Yeah.
I like how your explanation was really just repeating the same phrase over again, like that was
Yeah.
suddenly going to make it make sense.
Yeah, I was trying to get the link, and I couldn't talk at the same time. Leave me
What
alone.
doesn't make sense about it? It's Fartzilla.
It's Fart and Zilla, and it's the Titanic. So
It all makes sense together.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, okay,
I get
whatever
it.
you say.
I was gonna say
Don't
something
get feisty because you don't get it.
about another
I prefer
video
the dick
game.
butt meme. The dick butt meme
It's
is
so
my
weird.
favorite.
Where did that come from even? It just started appearing in Rooster Teeth
I don't
images like a little bit ago. Well, not a little bit, for a while now. But
Wait,
me, I
it's
always
no.
saw.
Wait, which dick butt?
There's-
Which dick butt? Is it's like a thing that's a butt? I think that smiles and has a dick coming out of it, right?
I just had to
Yes.
Google it. Yes.
I like how. Why do we have to
always
ask
fun.
which dick butt? Why is that a thing?
Yeah. How have we
Yeah,
reached
there's-
the point where we have to ask?
There
There's
are
different
variations.
variations of dick butt.
Where did this
Yes.
come from?
It came from a
Um,
channel called Two Best Friends Play.
Really?
Heard of it?
Yeah.
Oh, Two Best Sisters play.
God,
It
damn
came
it.
from.
two snacks.
Did it actually come from them?
Two sisters.
Like
No, it was
the-
a
Okay,
it was a
that
web
was-
comic. It was
Webcomic.
Tree. You've been good to us is what it's called. Of the was it Horribleville series? Horribleville webcomic. I don't know.
I
Shoot
just
the fishy.
I just found a dick butt Doge image.
Wow.
Oh god.
Uh,
Oh, hey, Dark. I think me and Webwave showed you the two best sisters play when we were at
Yes.
RTX.
That was pretty good actually.
You didn't shoot the fishy.
What's weird is hearing those voices coming out of
It's amazing.
out of those ponies, because
As Celestia and Luna.
yeah, whoever the
Yeah, it's pretty
animator
great.
was on those, they did a really good job with
Did
animating
amazing.
with animating the movement, the lip syncing, and the hair. Like the hair just moves really naturally, well,
And
not naturally,
putting them
but-
over the background, like that's incredible.
Yeah, so it's really high quality stuff. But then hearing those guys' voices coming out of their mouths was at first really distracting, but it wound up being the best part about the whole thing. I think it would not have been the same if it would have been, girl faces with girl voices. The fact that it's a girl face but with a man's voice. Oh, that reminds me of I was just showed a Helsing Ultimate Airbridge version.
Oh my god. I love Taka.
The Helsing Abridged
Yeah, Helsing Abridged, and it's
by
the most amazing thing I've
Superstar.
ever seen.
Get that bitch a cannon.
The only thing I
Bitches
don't
love
like about it
cannons.
is that you can't view it on mobile anymore.
Oh, but this one has just the opposite issue, not opposite issue, but the opposite situation where you have clearly a male character, but with a
Oh,
woman's
no.
voice coming out of it, which is amazing, because he's kind of got those slender features and really long hair, so they just make him a girl.
What do you mean, Alucard?
Yeah, Alucard.
Ah,
You know, at
I think
one
that's
point he was a girl, right?
was he? No,
Yeah.
I didn't. I've
Oh,
only
don't spoil it.
Well, now,
not
especially
gonna
if you
say
shout,
anything else.
"Don't spoil it," then he's
What?
gonna know it's a spoiler.
I'm just not gonna talk.
Actually, it doesn't really spoil anything. It's just the joke that he makes in the middle of one of the things.
No, actually,
It's
it is.
funny.
I mean, can I talk about it? Can't I?
Yes.
Talk?
Talk about
it's
it.
true, but it's irrelevant.
Yeah, talk
In-
about it.
In the lore, in the past, he actually is a girl. In like World War II.
Yep.
That's serious.
He was
Okay.
a girl.
So then
And he
he
banged
was
the
like,
queen as a girl.
Like there's a 3-part miniseries. I don't know what, Helsing something. That it's basically a young Walter and a girl Alucard kicking ass in Germany, I think.
Well, it's all Germany, because, Nazis.
No, yeah,
It was Nazis, wasn't it? I
It's-
hate you.
always the Nazis.
it's always Nazis.
It was Nazis, wasn't it?
Does Mecha Hitler make an appearance in it?
No. But random Hitler that doesn't really exist does.
Mecha Hitler.
At first,
It's a Hitler that, doesn't make sense.
I saw the abridged version first, and I swear, I like.
Oh, we all did.
I saw like the Nazi, and I was like, they edited that, right? Like, no way, it's real. And then I look at the real series, and it's like, oh my god, it's Nazis.
They would never edit a joke in like that. They only did it probably because there was Nazis in it. Because it's such a fucking joke.
My friend,
They didn't have to write the joke made itself.
did everybody see like the 5th episode?
No, that's the only one that I've seen. I didn't even see the whole thing.
There's
Like,
a
my cousin
I've seen it.
came over and he started playing it, and I was in the other room. I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth, and I come back. I start hearing the voice. I'm like, oh, he started playing something on the TV, and I walk out and I start listening, and I nearly choked to death on my toothpaste spit listening to this thing. So I'm like, I need to watch the rest of it.
man. There's a Holocaust joke, and like all my friends pointed it out to me. Like, see, there's a Holocaust joke because they're Nazis, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. Don't bug me with it.
You're like, haha, haha, that's so funny, haha.
It's like the joke is that they're destroying London, but then somebody says, should we destroy the Holocaust Museum? And it's like, no, we will not deny what we did.
Okay, that is.
Oh,
Oh, I need to
kind
to
of a
watch this.
Holocaust joke. I think that's just blatant. I don't know. That's not much of a joke. They were just like, no.
Lozelda Nightsaw just tweeted something to us. Did you see that?
I did not. I will have to go look, but I'm kind of scared to now. Alright.
Read it out loud for the class, dearie.
It's just it's an anime picture, and the girl's holding up a sign, and it's dick butt.
Why am I tagged in this? I'm not the one that questioned the existence of Dick Butt. It was Fartzilla that I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well,
Dick
you're gonna
Butt is
get
the best meme ever. It really is.
Nah.
I would argue that, but...
What is okay? Let's. This is a good discussion here. It's a good one.
No.
What
No,
is the
it's
best meme ever?
Not a good discussion.
Yes, it is.
I think Kim Kardashian's ass already beat Dick.
No, as in
Nah,
as in
the
meme,
best
the
meme-
scale that you have to use is even if you look at it and now it'll still make you at least smile every now and then.
Exactly.
Well, that's the one I was talking about when Lazelda joined the call. Then, where the guy, the "My Body Is Ready" one, where the guy like does the spectacular thing and his clothes blow up off of his body into little pieces, and he's got the training bra underneath, and then he like flips his chest out, and then that flies off and smacks the other dude in the face, and he does this gyration with his hips all the way over. He's like, "My
I have
body is ready."
been confused by that gif from... I still have no idea what's happening there, and
Neither
I
do
watch it too many times on loop trying to figure out if I'm missing something.
That's
Which
exactly
one?
what I did. I love it, but it confuses me so badly.
Which one?
The one I was just talking about.
Oh, okay. The anime one. Yeah, that's a very weird one. It's very weird.
so weird. I want to know what anime that
Oh
is
yeah,
from,
what
so I
was
can
in the
watch
chat
that
now?
anime and
He
get
might be
some
able to
sort of
answer
context.
that question.
Banned
Oh,
one
boy.
in the chat. What anime is that from?
Banned
you
one.
know, tell us.
Yes, we need your help, Webwave.
Please, I need to know.
Aid us, Band
I
One.
need to watch
Okay,
this
and
anime.
then what would if anyone has one, what would everyone's least favorite meme be?
Doge!
Knew that was coming.
Fucking
Come on.
Doge!
Dog.
God damn it.
The Irma Gerd girl.
I love Irma God Girl. Especially the one where she's got the flurp flurp.
The flurp. Oh my god, flurp flurps.
Every time I see that, it makes me giggle a little on the inside. I know I'm a terrible person, but it does. But I-
Okay, so the Kim Kardashian ass one is now becoming
Really?
a meme.
What?
God. It's starting to become one, yes.
Well, I
Every
feel like we
time the
started
internet breaks, we're gonna see a picture of her ass.
Yep.
it.
You
Every
know
time there's
that-
something wrong with
Okay,
any kind of
I
server.
have to say, there's one. It's okay. I don't know what is it. Paper Magazine is the name. Paper Magazine.
I've never heard of
Some-
that magazine before.
Someone turned it into a Panasonic ad.
What?
and they've wedged a large flat screen between her butt cheeks. And it's
Jesus
so
Christ.
funny.
Wait, what?
This is the internet, folks.
Oh my god, it just
This is the internet.
it just came up with
Wait,
something.
where is it?
What
put,
if
put a link in
What-
the.
Link us.
Oh god.
what if
so
we take
funny.
Kim Kardashian's ass and put like a dick on it
Wrong one.
and make her dick butt?
That's what I. That's what I no, I put that.
Oh.
Kim,
I put
Kim
that in the chat.
Kardashian's dick butt.
I put that in the Twitch chat. I'll give
Oh my
anyone
God.
a high five if they can Photoshop dick butt on her butt right now.
Oh my god. This is amazing. I need to put this on my Facebook.
Yes.
I'm confused by the TV. I'm just confused. Why?
What the heck?
I don't understand what's happening here.
I agree
And
to
I
this.
want someone to make the dick butt, but I don't want to actually look at it.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Here
I
we
feel
go.
like the flat screen should have like a crack in it, and it's like you can say the crack is in
Oh,
her crack.
There's crack there. If you look close enough, there's crack.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go. I don't-
something.
I don't know what my post should say though. All I've got is thank you internet. Maybe that's all it needs. Just thank you internet and,
Thank you,
and the
internet.
TV in her ass. Okay,
You
I'm
Not even
I
thank
think
you, just
you'd give
internet.
up on the words, just say internet. That's it.
internet.
Nightsaw asked, can
Perfect.
we name Lozelle the Queen of Doge or Dick Butt?
I'm happy
Nope.
the internet worked enough for me to post this.
Absolutely not.
Zelda, what is your favorite meme?
I don't know if I have a favorite. I like the one does not simply, like Mr. Warburg pointed out. I still like those.
One does not simply dance
How
into
about the Willy
Mordor.
Wonka?
Willy Wonka always kind of freaks me out. I don't know. He kind of
That
creeps me out.
face
a little
that
bit.
he's making in those memes, I don't like
Yeah.
it. I do like the Raptor Jesus memes. I really like those.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite. Like, I kind of go through like cycles of like when I think they're like usable, but I don't know if I have a favorite. I think I just have least favorites.
There's a meme which is like a kid and it's like something something and then something terrible happened to him and I can't remember what it's called.
That was so fucking vague.
Yeah, that sounds like every
It's
Cyanide
like-
and
it's
Happiness
like-
comic that's ever existed.
It's like something go like play dead next to a bear, the bear is a pedophiliac.
What?
Something like that.
What? What?
Obviously, this is not a very popular meme if none of us know what you're talking
It's
about.
probably really bad.
Try
like,
again.
Paraphrasing, but
You try
or
again.
whatever you would call it. Still,
I'm gonna look it up.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I think you just broke the internet again.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Oh, but you did remind me. I do like any of the memes that involve the little girl in front of the house on fire.
Oh, yes!
Anything involving her always cracks me up.
Teach and Lee made a version of that to get people to watch our podcast.
Did it work?
It did, yeah.
Speaking
Oh.
of,
Great. Memes are our
Have you got-
views.
have
Little
you
did
heard the
anyone
new-
know.
have you heard our new trailer, by the way?
Morgan,
Where the
I'm
fuck
so
did that come
confused
from?
at
Morgan
that
fucking
trailer.
Freeman.
What happened? What happened?
I love
Awesomeness
Yeah,
happened.
really.
Okay, so what happened?
Eh.
Yeah, what happened is Chaos Mana had made an arrangement with Morgan Freeman where he said, "Look, Morgan Freeman, I will give you the best blowjob of your life if you just record this audio for us. Just read it off the page." And
Why does it always have to be about head, man? Maybe you just did
No.
it out of the goodness of his heart.
no,
I will not
I would
stand
like to
for
point
that.
out
I'm very
that that explanation makes
Maybe it
more
was Chaos
sense
Mana.
than the idea that somebody just edited it all together out of things he had already said. I'm more willing to believe that that Chaos did actually offer the actual Morgan Freeman a blowjob in exchange for that.
But you know,
Well,
my
yeah.
cousin thought the same thing, that it was edited together from
I
Morgan
really
Freeman's
like-
voice snippets. And I'm
I
like,
really-
how the hell could he? How could he say my screen name properly from
Yeah.
snippets?
I doubt we can. There's
Also the
pieces
form
of him
thread.
saying "low Zelda" to combine.
Yeah,
Yes.
low Zelda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I was like, I'm like, I have
Zelda.
no idea. So yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards the blowjob thing in the absence.
That
of
was-
And
different,
you
different,
asked how I did it in the
what's it
thing, and then I was like, I put it how in the description. No one looks at the description.
No, that's what I told you when I asked you, and you're like, I put it in the description. I'm like, no one reads the description. Don't put it in there. God, what's wrong with you? Like,
That was
No,
probably
I swear
Aaron's-
I actually looked. So I was
Guys.
like, where? Because I actually
Yeah,
I swear
it-
I read through it. Are you
Guys,
that
description
was
on where?
YouTube video.
Description
Accent.
where? Are you talking on?
on the YouTube
Oh, see,
video.
I looked at it directly through Facebook, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's where I looked
Yeah,
for it
same.
too, and he didn't put any sort of
Oh,
explanation
I didn't post
there,
it.
so I'm
I
like,
didn't
okay.
post it. I didn't
I was
make the
like-
post. It must have been an automatic one then, or someone else did it.
Nobody
Yeah,
posted
okay.
it.
So
no,
quit
no.
giving me shit for not reading your description when it's getting posted in other places.
Well, technically,
Yeah.
it's not
Why
my
are you so
description
mad?
if it was on Facebook.
What
Okay,
the fuck is
the face.
this?
I'm the one that put it on Facebook, but I got it when I saw it
Mm-hmm.
on when you posted it on Rooster Teeth, and so that's when I asked you. But then I didn't hear back from you, so I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna put this on the Facebook page because this needs to be on the Facebook page, and I'll hear about it later, I guess. And then you got back with me, and by that point in time, so it's kind of my fault, Zelda, but it's mostly Chaos's fault.
I mean, it was mostly Chaos. I'll blame it on Chaos. It's fine. He got
Okay.
the original blame. We'll just stick with that.
Okay, I like this idea.
I'd like
So
the.
now are you gonna tell us?
No,
Are you
I
gonna
can
tell us, or do
I
have
can
to
say
actually
it.
Go to the YouTube
The
page
first
now?
I was just gonna say the small comment is I did worked hard, went through the list of all our podcasts to find everyone who had been on it, either the guest or actual staff. I put Webwave as the front and all that. I forgot Mr. Wartburg's name. I looked at it like 50 times, and I guess my mind thought I already put it there, but it's not on the list. And he was like one of the most recent people. I think I like just recently edited a podcast, or at least was listening to one that he was in, and now I'm sad. That's like the only big blatant mistake that I made for it. But yeah, it was done by I forgot his last name, but it's a voice actor, Jason. Jason's Voices is actually his website. I messaged him, and he actually just happened to have free time to do the voice, so he read out the little tidbit, and I made it into a video.
Well, that dude is awesome. That was actually a really hilarious intro. I loved it.
Yeah, I was super impressed when I first heard it. I'm like, okay, I'm familiar with Morgan Freeman's voice. This sounds a lot like it, but there's certain things that are a little bit off. So that's why I'm like, who did this? Who did the voice? I knew someone did the voice, but I
Yeah.
didn't know who. And then after he gave me the link, I'm like, oh, I have heard this guy before, and I've heard him do the Morgan Freeman voice. I'm like, that's why it sounded so familiar. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, you know someone's doing this, you just don't know who. So if you-
my
As
name wasn't
the
put in there.
nobody likes
it's
nobody
not
joke,
important enough.
that's why your face
Yeah,
that's why
that's
your
what it
face
is.
comes up, but your name
Knew it.
doesn't.
Nice.
Knew it. Fucking knew it. I called it out on my Facebook too.
Oh, yeah, I saw that actually. Yeah, you're like,
What
nobody
wave
likes
you
no
are?
God. It's
What wave?
true.
I made it
Not even
another
Morgan
the
Freeman.
other joke that we call you the thread father, so you are the forum thread. At least the Rooster Teeth one, so that's why I put your picture before everything else. Yeah, in the chat
Wait, are you
he
talking to
posted. I'm not
Warpwave now?
even mentioned.
He's talking to Wobwave.
Oh,
No, he's talking to me.
I'm like, because he was talking to you, and then he suddenly
Sorry,
started
sorry.
talking
Yeah,
to someone else. I'm like, wait a minute.
Wave was the first. His picture was the first one, and he was actually said via voice.
He was the OG.
I'm very mad that he didn't say titty sprinkles.
Yeah, why didn't he say titty sprinkles?
Wait,
Every
okay,
the forum thread intro has to has titty sprinkles in it apparently.
what's the
Apparently, that's
significance
one of the
titty
most
sprinkles?
funniest things that Morgan Freeman could say, because he would say it awesomely and seriously, and that's what would be the best part.
Yeah.
Titty sprinkles.
There's a comedian that does a really good Morgan Freeman, and he was doing an impression, and he said titty sprinkles, and everyone died laughing. So every time he does the impression, he has to say titty sprinkles. So that's kind of the joke now. So when you go online and people post pictures of him on Fark or wherever, everyone like comments titty sprinkles. So that's just kind of a running joke. So
Yeah, so that's our now
I just found-
channel trailer, and Zach told me that now that we actually have what can consider to be a commercial trailer, we can do this YouTube thing which allows YouTube to share it, and so it'll randomly pop up, I guess, on the feeds of different people, so that it has a higher chance of spreading the podcast's existence.
nice.
Ooh, we're
pretty
gonna
cool.
be YouTube famous.
Who
Yeah.
told you this? Was it Zach that told you this?
Oh,
The same
wow.
the same Zach that hasn't submitted his audio yet from 2
Yeah,
weeks ago.
that one.
That's
that,
Zach?
that Zach.
What would he know about submitting?
Wait a
Features
minute.
of submitting.
That felt really uncomfortable.
Really awkward choice of words.
I'm like,
By the way,
Yeah.
do you have personal experience with this?
before the podcast, you said finishing up Master Chief, and like I don't know why, but my
Oh, God damn it. No words are
jacking off
safe
Master
with you
Chief.
She was
people.
finishing off Master Chief.
No,
Is that-
I
Basically.
said I was painting. I said they asked me what I was doing, and I said I'm finishing up painting Master Chief.
you didn't say the painting part.
And then I was like, and somebody said what? I was like, yeah, yeah. There was a point in time where that exact phrase was probably said right following the fact that I was painting. I'm just never gonna be able to talk again. That's pretty much what I've gotten to.
I'm down. I like this.
Okay, so we'll just have a moment of silence for Lozelda, who can never speak again.
Rip in peace, Lozelda's
So,
voice.
so what's gonna have to happen is Lone Link is gonna have to be featured on the podcast, and she's gonna have to whisper everything she wants to say to him, and he can misquote her as much as he likes.
Spokesperson.
But actually, I did look up that picture of Master Chief that you were doing, Lozelda, and I like the concept that you're starting with. You'll have to, when it's done, you need to post that, because I want to see what it looks like. She's still not talking. Oh, you got your wish, Nobod. Be careful what you wish for.
yeah.
Oh my god, I just found my favorite meme.
That's right, because no means no.
Oh my god, you actually found a meme? Share it.
I found it's not a meme you would know because it's literally something from my friends. We have a friend who gets drunk
Okay.
very easily, and we filmed them, and we have like 8 memes which are like freeze frames from that video. The video is basically him acting like a dumbass and
Is
vomiting all over. and we have like, and like he's not even logical at the video. He's like looking at the mirror and saying to himself like, "You're not Doctor Who." It's like,
What?
and it's like the weirdest thing, and we.
Is this video
weird.
is this video
Do you have it?
postable, or is it something you couldn't really share?
No, he requested it down. I could
Aw.
probably get it up, and he wouldn't know.
Wait, so if it's not on the internet, it doesn't count as a meme. I hate to be the one
That's
to tell
a
you this,
inside
but
joke.
that's the way it works.
It was.
That's just an inside joke.
Oh.
I'll post it. I'll post it on the internet. Don't worry, I'll get it.
If you post it on the
It'll be
internet,
in
then
the
you
link
can
down.
internet know of
actually
its
make
existence?
the meme style gifs of it or pictures of it, depending on
God.
actually what works better.
Oh,
I have-
I remember what I was gonna ask like 20 minutes ago when I had that brain fart and forgot what I was gonna talk about. Any of you guys with the next gen systems, have you bought and or played the new Dragon Age game? Is it? I see that reviews are starting to surface. Is it out yet?
I have not played it. I've been doing
Wait, it's
Assassin's
out?
Creed, Minecraft, and now Halo.
Oh, like I was not excited for many of the games that are out on like the Xbone or PlayStation 4, but this is the first game that, although the reviews that I've seen of it say that it's really, really good. And so now I'm starting to change my tune. It's like I actually have this awesome game that I want to play, but like if any of you guys have played it first, which you haven't, so much.
I
for
would
that.
totally play it though.
Look up the reviews. It looks really cool.
Well,
Like-
all the other Dragon Ages were really awesome, and this one's next gen, so
Oh, I got bored with the
it's gonna be
second
fucking
one. I
insane.
didn't finish the second
How
one.
far did you get into
was
it
lame.
before you got bored?
I didn't
then?
like it. Like 4 hours. Not very
Zelda,
far.
what do you think of Dragon Age?
I
Uh-huh.
it's pretty good. I don't know.
Pretty much.
I love that. Boy, you have to do her voice for the rest of the podcast, okay?
God.
Okay, so
It's funny because it's your fault.
Wait, what?
Uh,
God damn it.
is there even anything else for us to talk about? Talk about Kim Kardashian's ass. Talked about Xbox One flaws. Talked about anything on PS4 at all?
no one has a
Why would-
PS4.
Yeah.
No one in the
No.
entire world.
I just
could have
want.
guessed.
I
No.
really.
Sucks.
There's always like one game that makes me want to get the next gen consoles for each of them, and definitely I want to see if Silent Hills becomes as good as that little hallway trailer that they gave us. Like if that was actually just, we just want to show you what we can do, but not actually give away any spoilers, not show the whole game's plot in this awkward trailer, just show what we can do and who's going to be working on it. So if you at least know these people, then it's actually going to be a good game.
Well, if they go back to the, I don't want to say their roots because I didn't really play Silent Hill 1, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but like Silent Hill 2 like is pretty much every survival horror game fan's favorite video game if they've played it. So I'm hoping that the direction they're going to go is they're going to go back to the way they were doing things with Silent Hill 2, where it's that the slow pace, the creepy setting, where it's more
They
psychological.
definitely nailed the
and
psychological in
less-
that, because it's not very many scares actually happen in PT.
Yeah, like you freak yourself out more than the game actually does, and it's really fucking hard for a game to do that. And like the original Resident Evils kind of had a similar pace to that, but like with the newer ones, it's all like, oh, let's just have blood and gore
More
and zombies
zombies.
and run and gun shooters
And kittens.
That's just not. It's not the same thing. You need that slow burn where you freak yourself out, and like it's the anticipation that something's going to be there to jump out and grab you. That sense of dread that it fills you with. Like I want another game like that. I was told that
Yeah.
Amnesia, The Dark Descent, I think is what it was called, was like that. But I've played about 5 hours of it, and so far I'm not
I
impressed.
just think
Honestly, if that's what
it
you want,
really
just play
depends on
Slender.
the type of gamer that you are. I think it would take a lot to scare you, and I think you just aren't the type of person that could get scared in a video game other than a jump scare.
Yeah, those are just annoying. Like, of course, they startle you because it gets the fight or flight response. So you're like, but aside from that, you're like, oh well, that was cheap.
Yeah,
Like the original Silent Hill 2, though, it genuinely creeped me out. Like that one did it. It did creep me out, and yeah, maybe I'm just jaded when it comes to scary video games.
you're a wimp.
I need something to scare me.
Dude, just fucking play Slender
do
the
you
Arrival.
think if you had something more immersive, like the why can't I think of its name? You wear it over your face. No, the
A mask?
immersive video game thing that I can't. That's it.
Oh,
Oculus?
If you had something
Oculus
like that,
Rift.
do you think that would
The
enhance
Oculus
your
Rift.
ability to get scared?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe.
Can you imagine playing a game like Silent Hill in the Oculus Rift?
Actually, you know what? I need this in my life. Yes, I need this.
Dude, no, you would literally poop your pants.
I would. I
And
want
you know
to,
that.
I want to have that experience where I'm so scared I piss myself. I
Yeah,
want that
I
experience.
saw
from
one
a
that was
video
like
game.
a-
That would be amazing.
One that was
Achievement
barely not
unlocked.
very good graphics compared to a lot of games, but using the Oculus Rift, like little things that when you look over at, say, the statue, and then you look back at it, and its head is turned, or you can see it turn briefly, but then you walk away and it's moved towards you like a weeping angel. Like little things that might not have been scary if it was in 2D, scared who I was watching playing it a lot more, to the point where they cried.
I bet Five Nights at Freddy's would really freak you out in the Oculus, because if you actually felt like you were sitting there in that room with all the cameras and had to like move your head around to check everything instead of a thumbstick, I bet that would probably be pretty damn scary.
Especially if
Yeah.
if maybe you had to like raise your
Probably.
hand, like they made it so that it was like Kinect and Oculus combined, so you literally had no controller and it was just you doing everything.
Wait, now you're making
know.
up game systems.
I said, what if they had something like that?
Yeah, people are gonna be taking your ideas now. Make
Wait.
sure you patent this stuff
You
before the
didn't,
release
you
of
didn't
the
say
episode.
copyright, so basically it's freeware.
Oh, I have a question though about the Oculus Rift. I saw some people had this I don't want to call it a treadmill, but they're like standing on this platform that you could walk around in any direction. Is
like-
that an actual accessory
I don't
that
know
you
if
can
you could
buy?
buy
for
it, but I do know that they have things. They're like
What?
trying to make things like that so that you could walk around. I don't think that we.
Is it the Omni platform? Virtual
Is it?
Omni or whatever?
I don't know what it was called. I only saw a picture of it, but I saw someone with the Oculus on their head, and they were walking on this omnidirectional treadmill thing, and like that their character was walking at the same pace they were in the game. Like somehow it knew how fast to make the character walk, and like that kind of blew my mind. Like it would be a complete like 4D
Oh,
experience. Where you're actually walking on this platform, like you're literally walking around in the world, in addition to having this thing on your head where you're looking at everything and you're walking around in it for realsies. That would be genuinely
For realsies.
creepy.
IRL.
Imagine you getting
IRL
scared
for
and say,
realsies,
like
y'all.
a monster jumps out at you, instead of being like, oh, and you like lose the controller, you actually reel back and fall on your ass because you got scared.
Okay, I could see where that would be dangerous actually if you just fall off this thing and crack the back of
There
your head
probably
open.
could easily
Oh, that'd
put
be
like a
funny.
harness that if you fell too far low, you would just start to dangle, or something like that.
This is like one of those 1980s visions of what gaming will look like, where
Exactly.
you have to have a whole room dedicated to your gaming system. Be like, you might as well have that thing that the X-Men have, the Hollow Room, where they do the battles. What's that room called?
The Danger Room?
The Danger Room. Yes, that's the room.
Bruh, don't even know.
Yeah, I clean up on X-Men trivia, by the way. I'm pretty good at that stuff.
Remind me to have you on my team if I ever have to go through X-Men trivia.
Yeah. I wanted to bring
X-Men
up
trivia.
something. I wanted to bring up something real quick.
What?
So there was this big
Let it out.
announcement that took place the other day
Oh,
involving
Oh,
a
yeah.
certain company. So it turns out
our
Rooster
beloved
Teeth was
Rooster Teeth. As
quote unquote
sold out.
acquired by Fullscreen, and I wanted to get everyone's opinion. I know Lozella
What?
has said she's nervous about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of dubious about it. I can't help but feel a little disappointed in Rooster Teeth for selling.
It seems it's. I looked. I saw people talk about what these guys have done as well, and they've like sponsored a couple other big popular names. Like I think it really is just them. Yeah, them being bosses, but it's not actually going to change anything for Rooster Teeth. Because where would that get them to change it when they're buying it for as it is now?
Well, okay, I'll tell you what bothers me most about this is that Fullscreen is owned by AT&T.
I've seen a lot of posts about that.
So,
You have to clarify. AT&T is partnering with a investment group.
yeah,
and
the Sheraton Group
Yes,
or
and
something.
I can tell you this because I've from experience, and Lozella works in an industry where she's seen these type of acquisitions before, and they usually go south. But this is different in that this is one of those cases where AT&T took a shitload of their cash balance and threw it into an investment group. That happens quite a bit. The reason why is because they don't want to have a cash balance at the end of the year. So they throw it into an investment group. That way they can put it somewhere else and get a tax break. It happens. That doesn't necessarily mean that AT&T is not involved because we don't know the specifics of the deal. And
Yeah.
because Rooster Teeth is a private company, they don't have to disclose these things. But it did make everyone weary because Bernie announced that they were partnering, and immediately after that, the press release comes out that Fullscreen acquired. And
I thought it
freaked
happened
out
the
a lot
other
of
way
people,
around.
man.
Like I saw
understand why.
like a tweet or something about Fullscreen. Like Fullscreen made the announcement before Rooster Teeth actually did, which is one of the things that set everything off. Like they saw a stock
Facts.
announcement on a website or something like that. I saw it on Twitter.
It's possible.
Yeah, I
It
don't
was-
know.
It was
I saw
my
it on
understanding
Rooster
that Bernie. So go ahead.
My
go
voice
ahead,
is
Zelda.
my voice is gonna undie. So
Teeth.
full
Hey, bud.
full screen put out a press release.
Yeah.
And then about 15 minutes later, after everyone lost their shit, that's when Matt made the post to the front page about it. And then 30 minutes after that, Bernie came out and did it.
Okay. So in the initial press release, it did say acquired, correct?
Hey,
Yeah,
Aaron, that
and-
was really good.
And that's why everyone kind of panicked, is because Full Screen comes out and says, hey, we've acquired Rooster
And
Teeth.
then the guys are saying they merged, and everyone's like, "That's not what they're saying," and everyone's freaking out. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would have probably helped if the news had come out in the reverse order. If we
Yeah.
had heard it from Rooster Teeth first, that probably would have helped
Where the faces that we
Ease-
know and trust
yeah.
actually tell us, and
ease some of the panic. There still easily would have been panic with them using the word acquisition and Rooster Teeth trying
Especially
to
if
use
they
the word,
keep on.
partnership
It seems like they kept on
whatever
using
else
the
they were
word
calling it.
interchangeably. Like all the people talking about it, they're not quite sure what it is.
yeah, you'd be
Yeah.
like, the two are not the same thing. There is a difference. Come on, which is it? Yeah. So which is it? Do we know?
It was an acquisition. It's a straight up acquisition. Eventually, Birdie started saying it when people were asking him in the comments on his journal, and then Barbara also, which she posted a journal later on in the day.
Barbara,
and
we
she-
know her.
and she called it an acquisition. So
And you could tell they were getting a bit frustrated by those questions.
Well, it is
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
weird when they do
Uh,
something
Zen
big like
is
this and then
sim-
not quite say what's going on. They're hiding private details fairly, but they are hiding details about one of their favorite companies.
I can definitely understand them getting frustrated by it, but their lack of answering it when they were asked was really not helping. So I mean,
Not cool,
it's like
guys.
they're
Not cool.
not required to tell us anything, but I think if you're going to actively withhold information, you can't be pissed when people keep asking about it when it's something that does actually, on its surface, look like it has an impact on everything that we know as the community. So if you're going to sit there and if you're going to say it's a partnership and they're saying it's an acquisition and someone says, well, which one is it? And then you give like a PR kind of response filled with buzzwords that's not actually really answering it, that's going to create a lot more skepticism.
Everyone's going to throw their hands in the air and be like, Rooster Teeth
exactly
is sold out! Oh my god!
Like half the people like just
couldn't hear me, but, or
exploded,
see me,
and
but
so
I
many
actually threw my
people
hands in the air for that.
saying that it's going to be this disaster thing, or that they're very, very skeptical. I mean, I'm obviously nervous that who knows, something could happen, that they make like it goes fine for however long, and then all of a sudden they start making like rules and censoring them. But
Well, here's the thing. The first thing you look at is change in talent. Meaning, if you start to notice in the next couple of months some of these people, the mainstays, start leaving the company, then you can tell that yes, there was a shift in creative control. But I don't really think Matt and Bernie would give that up. I got to give them credit that they're a little smarter than that. That they're not going to let that, because the creative control, if they give that up, then yes, they're just going to become another stupid, wannabe content company on the internet, and not just, a pioneering company where they do their own thing. How they do their product is their own way. They don't go by what everyone else, their model of things. And so, it's going to be interesting the next 3 or 4 months. Just watch, and it'll be interesting. I have a little hope, because I think Matt and Bernie have managed their business in a very smart way, and I think Lozelda and I had a discussion on this, that whenever, even if it's an acquisition or a merger, whenever there's a transaction like this, both parties have to give up something, and it's going to have to sting a little bit to give up something to acquire that. That's just how the nature of doing a business transaction like that. And the question is, what did Rooster Teeth give up? Other than saying, okay, it's an acquisition, what did they give up? Did they give up, rights to all past and current content, ownership rights? I mean, where is that line drawn? What is it that they gave up?
Could it just be like outward profits, or I don't know how it would actually work out, but I don't think they would have given away anything really bad.
Well, if it's an acquisition, and they've said in the press release that Bernie will still be creative director, and Matt will still be CEO, so they'll get those salaries. In terms of the ownership stake, I don't know. It's a private company. We don't know what the percentage breakdown was, so who made how much money off of this sale or what. That's stuff that they don't have to disclose to anyone, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the one part about it that affects us is the community part and the content part. So let's say the deal just goes sour after a few months or a year, and Fullscreen, AT&T get involved. They want to start putting Rooster Teeth channel on Uverse, and they censor everything because Uverse is families have access to it. It's not like the internet, so we have to make everything PG. So we're gonna have to redub and censor out all the normal content, and the guys don't like it. Now we need to know, okay, at this point, if they signed a non-compete agreement to where they can't create their own content, go off and start their own business again for X amount of time, or the same type of content. We don't know all of that. That's where it gets real tricky, and that's where the part where if you're going to be worried, you'd be worried about that, because that's where you'll find out in the next several months what will happen. If you somebody said something, I think Warburg said this. I don't remember who it was, but said that Jeff has always been a guy to where he doesn't give a shit. He does things his way, and if you saw Jeff leave, you would know, okay, right after this acquisition, Jeff leaves. Okay, it's obvious why he left. Okay, so we know that there is some deeper shit going on. So, and we'll find all that stuff out. We will.
Fucking Kim Kardashian's ass.
I think that I'm not particularly concerned about this merger fucking things up for Rooster Teeth. I think that with a company, even though it's a relatively small company, it has a very loyal fan base, and I hope that anybody seeking to acquire something like Rooster Teeth knows what it is and sees the value in it, and knows that if they do fuck with it, then the fan base, being loyal like it is not gonna stick with a corrupted version of what they've loved all these years.
Yeah, well, the big thing is they've said that they can push out a ton more product right away, content right away, and they can also start hiring a lot more people. And they're already doing
I
that.
saw
They're posting,
internship
positions that are
posts
coming
on
up, and
Rooster
they've
Teeth
all
already.
said, yeah, and web developers, and you're going to see a lot more posts because they have the backing, the financial backing to do that now. And
What's up with Laser Team then?
what do you mean? What's up with
What do you
Laser
mean?
Team?
Well, if
Yeah.
if
How's that
anything,
gonna
it
go
would
down?
stay the same
Think it's
or
going to be better?
get a little bit better as they might have a little bit more funding. So if they're like find themselves wanting to do this thing to improve the movie, then they could.
Well, and I think I posted this in the journal that I wrote that day. Laser Team is a big coup for full screen in that they more than likely are getting points off of this off the movie, and they didn't have to put any money into it because the movie already has its set in budget, And let's say this $2 million movie pulls in, I'm just being hypothetical, pulls in $25 million, then they get a huge chunk of that. It's like, okay, but we didn't have to pay for much. Or they can say we can work on getting distribution rights, and so we can increase the number of screens it'll be on. Or they have the financial assets to do that.
Yeah, I am looking forward to seeing what they can do with this acquisition. Like I said, I'm not actually concerned about this. I know to me it's just kind of a thing. I'm like, okay, so mergers happen all the time. Usually in this type of situation with, I want to say Rooster Teeth is kind of like a cult following. And when you have something like this, you try not to adulterate it because everyone knows about Facebook, and if they try and turn Rooster Teeth into Facebook with content that's created and everyone hates it, they're going to leave and they're going to go to Facebook or somewhere else. What I'm not even, it's not even an issue to me. I just feel a little disappointed that Rooster Teeth has been its own unique identity and a singular company run by a small group of people. And to know that, okay, one thing, it would have been one thing if Fullscreen bought it, and Fullscreen was itself an independent company, but it's the fact that, oh, okay, so now Rooster Teeth, this company that I have loved all this time, is now kind of underneath the AT&T umbrella. That just kind of makes my soul sad.
Yeah.
And that's really the only problem I have with it. Other than that,
I
don't
hope
foresee
is
any
that,
problems happening in the
I'm
near
pretty
future.
sure this could happen is that either we see good things happening, or if, say, you were absent from Rooster Teeth these last few days, you don't see all these journal posts about it, you come back and you don't notice anything different, and you never would have known that they were acquired. If it gets to that level of just continuing business, then that's what I expect to happen, and that would be just great.
One of my earliest thoughts on this was, if they're going to have more money, maybe they'll finally roll out the 2.0
they did literally
version of the
hire,
site.
they're
get our
trying to
points
hire
back.
another web developer, so that could very well happen, that they can help speed up production for things like that.
Because it's been like a year, and all the news is always like, it's coming soon. It's really coming soon this time. No, for real, we mean it. It really is coming soon.
What if
like,
what if they
okay.
roll out the 2.0
What do you mean they're
site
trying? They're
and
fucking
they
Rooster Teeth. If
like
they wanted
troll
to, they
us
could.
because it switches automatically, and then their first news post is the 2.0 site is coming soon, guys. Don't worry, it might be here, but we're like already using it the whole time.
That'd be pretty funny.
Because I was told
Actually-
that they're bringing the old mod system back, and everyone
How
knows
would that
I
change
loved
from the
the
current
old
one?
mod system.
Like I didn't know how it worked.
Oh, you don't understand.
I can tell you if it's funny. I can tell you if it's a zing. I can tell you why I like it. Why I like it.
Well, I mean
That's what's so good about the mod system.
Like the way that forums work in groups right now is you can still do
Yes.
that. It's doing that, but across the site as a whole. Whether or not it's actually like coming back
Yeah,
as like
that's
the
what I was
point
wondering.
bank
I
thing
saw
is still
that.
a question. But
I hope the point bank does come back. I did love the point bank.
What's the point?
I used mine. I used my point bank constantly, and I think that's why I loved it so much. I was not one of those assholes that just hoarded points, but I can understand why they put a stop to it once like people were selling
gosh.
their mod points on eBay or something like that. It just got
What?
it got
Well,
Wait, that happened?
I don't. What's points? I don't get it.
yeah.
How does that even work?
I don't know specifically how it worked, but my idea is this. Okay, so the point system, you could save up your mod points. If someone gave you a +1 cool or a bunch of +1 cools, you would keep a percentage of those points in a bank. So you could only give out as many mod points as you had. So if you wanted to give someone a +1 cool or a negative WTF, you had to
So where do
actually
these
have
points
those
come
points
from? Like, where are they
available for you.
introduced into this economy?
I totally
What's the
forgot
source?
about that.
Yeah, it was kind of like a currency, and that's kind of what
Yeah.
it evolved into. You had to have mod points in your bank to mod other people, and by
Yep.
modding other people, you increased their karma level. So
Yep.
if you wanted a higher karma level, you had to get people to give you mod points. So then it got to the point where people were like, I want a higher karma level. I will pay you to give me those
How do you
mod points that
transfer
are in
mod
your
points
bank.
between banks?
And so you don't transfer between banks. You
You
just
just-
pick.
you just
You just
mod
pick.
them.
Yeah, you just pick someone's image. Like go to an image in their image bank, and you
Okay.
click +1 cool over and over and over again, and it takes one out of your bank every single time, and it increases their karma level slightly. So
I totally forgot about the mod bank. That was like, what, the second? Was it the first? It wasn't out at rollout. It was like
it was the second year, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it had just when I came onto the scene. I've been here for 9 years now. I think it was relatively new when I first started.
I remember that because when that happened, people were pissed because they didn't have unlimited mod points. They had to accumulate into their bank to be able to mod other people.
But I really
So-
liked that because it encouraged people to create unique content, and like, you had to get really creative. Like, look at this really awesome thing that I've done, and like then you could then, instead of just giving a thumbs up like you have now, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give this. I'm not only gonna give this 1 +1 zing, but I'm gonna give this 10 +1 zings because I really fucking like this thing that you did. So
I like this thing you did. It's a really
yeah,
good thing.
I would do that a lot if
That's
someone.
a really good dick butt. Plus 20.
But like there's a lot of really good artists
Best dick
on
butt
the
I've ever
site.
seen.
And like one of my friends, her she's not been active, but her name on the site is Nudge1, and she does the most amazing like photorealistic paintings. And every time she did one of these, I'd be like, I would easily drop like 20 or 30 mod points on each one because they were just that awesome. Like, this is real talent, and the best way I can show my appreciation, other than just typing into the comments, "Oh my god, this is amazing," is to actually give her a lot of those mod points. So I used it in that way, and I really enjoyed having that creative power
So
to,
do you
to
just
give out
start
these
with
points
like
as I deemed
say
fit.
10 mod points when you join the site?
I don't know. That was 9 years ago. I don't remember.
I just hope whatever they do, that it's like a really well made update. You know, they don't announce it like Halo 4 and then it launches and the servers crash.
And it breaks.
And then Kim
Nothing
Kardashian
works.
shows her boobs next, and
Then
Okay,
Dick Butt
and-
motorboard, sir.
And with
As we
that-
start wrapping up, we need to bring
Yeah.
up a few things. Tomorrow night, the Nerds Unite, and there will be a TFT Science cast.
God.
Yes, we will
I'm
talk
gonna let
about
Lozelda talk
all
about
this
this one.
science.
I'm gonna let the
Yay, string
scientists
theory.
talk about it.
Oh god. So I don't know exactly if we've got like a solid plan of what we're going to be talking about, but there's going to be a group of us. It's going to be myself and Dark's other half Ken, and Chaos and Ninja Spectre.
whoa, Ken.
Ken.
Whoa, I'm
It'll
telling
be
you.
it'll be
Yeah, exactly.
Ken
Like you
o'clock.
need to tune
Yeah,
in just
the-
for Ken.
The mysterious Ken is finally going to be there. Yeah.
But
Can you
yeah, we
please-
always kind
you
of.
guys need to talk about hologram theory because it's like the coolest thing ever.
Okay, well, here's the thing: is science covers a lot of stuff, so we're not going to be able to touch everything tomorrow night. So we'll see what we end up talking about. Maybe we'll do another one in the future. But science keeps kind of coming up in podcasts, so we thought it'd be
Wait.
nice to actually
Well,
like.
since I
you
won't
gonna be on
be
it, Jen?
on, since I won't be on, I have a question. Can you help me? Can you tell me how magnets really work?
No.
What do you?
I don't. What are you getting at? I don't get it.
What do you mean? How magnets really work?
He's making
Magnets.
an insane clown posse
I
joke.
see.
I
Oh,
got an
is it
A
a
minus
joke?
in
Okay.
physics. I can sort of explain.
Never mind.
Yeah, he is.
No, but yeah.
Fucking
so
magnets. How do they work?
we're doing a science thing. For anybody who doesn't know, we're not just talking out of our ass. I actually have degrees in chemistry, physics, and math. Worked as a neutrino physicist and a pharmaceutical chemist. And worked on dark matter experiments too.
It's hardly
so
science.
I
It's just
actually
shenanigans.
kind of know what I'm talking about a
Want
little
to put
bit.
your resume
so.
in the link dump too?
I could link everyone to my published scientific papers, but that'd just be pretentious.
Oh yeah, and what you just rattled off
And
wasn't
droll.
pretentious. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and
I
you
didn't
want them all
realize.
to fall asleep before the podcast.
I studied.
So anyway, tune in for that.
For the
Um,
Ken
What's,
Cast.
what's the time? What's the time tomorrow?
9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, like our normal podcast is, just on a Thursday.
On a Thursday, so it's the TFT Talks Science Podcast.
I will, in fact, be wearing my lab coat just to lend some more, officiality to this. So.
Can,
my
you, can you
God.
wear the pocket protector
Hold on.
with the pens too?
Hey Ken, do you have a lab coat? Lozelda's wearing her lab coat for the thing tomorrow.
Oh, you guys could have been matches.
Aww.
It'd be awesome
It'd
if you
be
break
awesome
out
if
the
one of
Bunsen
you guys
burner
had
and
a
make
green
grilled cheese
screen so you
sandwich.
could sit in a computer chair and swirl around so I could create a GIF, like the Bill Nye head.
Oh god, I could maybe arrange for
Nerd.
that.
Okay, I had brought up the idea of you guys introing with the Doctor Who theme song, but Wardberg is right. It needs to be blinded by science. She blinded me with science.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. Let's
Oh,
do
God.
that.
Well,
All right.
that's it. Let's see. Closing. Twitter at the forum thread, Facebook / the forum thread, SoundCloud the forum thread, YouTube the forum thread, Twitch. You're listening to it now, or if you haven't, go to Twitch / the forum thread. What else?
You said I think that's it. You said Twitter. You said Facebook. You said I think that covers it all.
Like
about-
us, join us
YouTube?
on the Rooster Teeth site.
Oh.
Spread the word, spread the message, and potato salad.
God damn it.
Let's
I-
eat
Praise the
potato
sun.
salad.